community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield. Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Today is the 24th day of September in the year 2024. Anno
Oh my God,
Domini.
you're actually here.
Well, now wait a minute, Peter.
And then it'll be gone again.
I'm
Wait
here
a
for
minute,
one more
Peter.
week, and then I'm gone again.
Wait, Peter. You're actually here.
Yeah, I'm here 90% of the time.
Yeah, he was here last
That'd
week.
be true. Yes, but I miss him when he's not here. And I like the videos that he puts out from his, not the videos, but the pictures from his vacation.
I put
can
videos
live
out during
vicariously.
mine.
I know.
Did you like the steam train?
Yes, and I can live vicariously through you too. How's that?
Well, you did. You traveled halfway across the world.
Oh, dear Lord, I know. Don't remind me. And everybody keeps saying, well, when are you going back? I would love to if I didn't have to fly 30 hours to get there. If we could sort of do the Star Trek travel where you just beam me up, I'd be good.
Come on, let's be honest. If you subtract the change in the dateline, and if you do the math with the time zones, you're really only flying for 11 hours.
No, it doesn't work that way.
If you do the math, it's 11 hours.
Oh, Ken, you sound like my children. That's the kind of philosophy they use.
That also depends on which way
So,
you're going over the international
all right,
dateline.
okay. So when you Peter goes north and south. Except when you go to Texas, Peter.
That's south. I call that south.
How long?
South and west.
Yeah. So how long? Wait a second. How long by the clock is your flight to Vegas? By the clock. If you leave here at 11.
It depends on the layover.
I think it's about 4. Well,
Five
if
and
you
a-
were flying
Flight
direct,
time.
it's about 4 hours.
5.5 over and about 4.5 back.
But what if you leave here, say at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? What time do you get there?
I leave here at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and I get there, depending on the flight, anywhere between 11 and 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Pacific time.
In the afternoon, Pacific time.
Yeah.
Okay. And you fly? Do you still fly Southwest?
Yeah.
Do they still have a direct from here to
No,
Vegas?
nope.
When did they get rid of that?
About 5 years ago.
No, because I went on. No, I didn't. That's right, I
There you
didn't.
go.
No, I thought we did.
They got rid of it before COVID. Their direct to Vegas. They had one in the morning and then one coming back late in the afternoon. They're using their point to point system a little more aggressively, where a lot of other airlines are hub and spoke. Southwest and a few others in this country are called point to point, and they go from one airport to another airport. Where instead a lot of other airports will go to a hub and then get you off on another flight, which it looks like that's what Southwest is doing. But if you actually look at the business models, they're point to point. It's a different operation. And come 2025, I don't know what their operation is going to be like because Elliott, a hedge fund, is going to completely destroy this airline. They've already
No, it's going to make it like everything else.
They've already ousted half of the members of the board. They're going after the CEO right now.
Well, the CEO,
you know what?
they do have. I read their website, right? Because I was curious. Mm-hmm. They have a point that it's been a good old boys club over there, good old boys and girls club over there for a while, and that they never reacted to COVID, and the price of the company and their operating costs have skyrocketed, and the stock cost has plummeted since COVID.
However,
and they have more passengers than ever.
Right before that, they were making profit when none of the other airlines were.
But the business model
So what
changed.
changed? Yeah. The assigned seats coming up, that's not gonna bother me much because of my status. I'm gonna be able to just pick my seat. Matter of fact, I'm probably
Okay, Mr. Elitist.
I know how to play this
Unlike
game.
the rest of us who just take what we get.
It's going to be detrimental for me trying to fly.
I just
Now,
know
why
how to
is
play
that,
the game.
Peter?
But a new
because
rule.
Southwest has a really good extra seat policy
Yeah.
for larger people.
Yeah, a new rule coming out this coming year. There's several involvement with the airlines. With getting instant refunds for cancellation, blah blah blah. But another part that's in that law, you can no longer charge to allow families to sit with each other.
Oh, I didn't know they did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, normal airline practice.
I didn't
You
know.
want to pick your seat, you pay for it. But now, if you're a family, they can't charge you. So that's going to change every airline up in that case. And that's another reason why Southwest, I think, is going to have to do the assigned seating now because of regulations from the Biden administration.
Yeah. And your problem with that is?
Well, because Southwest had a really good
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah,
it was better for the passengers.
It's more regulation. More regulation, let people run their companies the way they want to run their companies. If you don't like the way they run the company, then go find another company to deal with.
Okay.
It's that simple, folks.
Okay.
What's so hard to understand or comprehend there?
I'm not going to argue with you. I know you're trying.
It does cut out competition.
I don't have any worms today.
It cuts out competition.
Yeah. However, to follow through with your question, you're still flying Southwest.
Yes, that was my original question. Are you still flying? What did you fly, Peter?
I got
Southwest.
You fly. What are they cheaper? Are they better?
It's a better bargain if you're having to bring stuff.
It's also a better bargain if you're a big guy like me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their second seat policy is really good.
Yeah.
What is their second seat policy?
If you book it in advance, they refund you the second seat. Or if you go up to the counter on the day of your flight, you go early. If they have a seat available, they assign you a second seat.
Oh, okay.
And you also pre-board.
And what's their baggage?
Two
free check bags.
2 free checked bags?
And when you haul equipment around,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
important.
that's true. That's true. I don't bring a lot of bags. I
Yeah,
tend to pack very
so,
light, so I don't care.
Spirit, Frontier, they even charge for a carry-on. And one of them even a personal item, I think.
One of the airlines we were on only let you bring one item on, and that whether it was personal or carry-on. I think it was New Zealand Air, and I think they said because the flight was so full. Because we walked down and Jess had a personal item and her carry-on, and they made her check.
If that was a regional jet, they also don't have as much overhead space in those.
I don't know if you would call it regional. It flies all the way across the ocean.
Okay,
so
yeah, that wouldn't be a regional.
know,
When I'm talking regional, I'm talking about like Bombardier.
This is New Zealand Air. But we flew United all the way back, so I don't know why we took New Zealand Air. But they were really elegant. It was a beautiful flight.
Follow through.
Yes, go for it. Shiny things, squirrels, sprinkles, cupcakes.
That's what we do.
In advance of
Peter.
Southwest possibly not being able to give me the benefits that I'm used to paying for 2 of their credit cards, I pay for all these benefits. And half these benefits involve seating and boarding.
Okay.
So I did they reached out to me, they asked, what would you prefer, this. So it looks like I'll be taken care of. They're going to take care of the people that they're taking care of now. But I was worried about that. So I ended up getting both a JetBlue and a Delta American Express card.
Okay.
And I took advantage of their offers. And it was a minimum spend for each of them. And now I have like 60,000 miles with JetBlue, and I have like 80,000 miles with Delta. And with both of these cards, free first check bag and priority boarding.
Because the airlines make tons of money partnering up with a credit card company in their brand.
Yeah.
They get huge kickbacks, billions
do
of
they?
dollars.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
I keep getting offers from JetBlue because I think we flew JetBlue to Alaska at some point, and I keep getting offers, and they want to give me this and give me that. And I think I don't go anywhere.
And you know
Well,
what?
you might want to take it, though, because
once
that
I
would give you a chance to travel.
Yeah, once I use up all of the benefits, I just close the account and
You're done?
I open up another one and take advantage of that.
I have a question.
That's gaming the system.
This is from someone. Remember, I don't fly on airplanes. What is the advantage?
I don't either. I fly in them.
What is the advantage to boarding first?
On an assigned seat plane, nothing.
On a assigned seat plane, boarding first assures you overhead space.
Well, yeah, but
If you're in the last boarding group, even with assigned seats, the overhead might be full, and you have to gate check
I would
bag.
think on an assigned seating, they board you back to front. Would they not board you back to front?
No.
I don't
No, and that's
think
why it takes
so.
forever to board an aircraft with that model.
With assigned seating?
With assigned seating, you don't go in row A, row B, row C. You know what? Mythbusters did a whole thing on this like 10 years ago. Where Southwest, you get on, you plant your butt in your seat, and you're done. Except for some people who are up and down and up and down and up and down 4 times while the plane is trying to load. But with assigned seating, you know, you have the priority groups, and it doesn't matter what seat you're in. So it's chaos trying to load
it's
in.
chaos, period. Here's what I found interesting. There was, in one of the flights, we were late. It really wasn't. They had to fly around, I don't know, asking the wrong person, but Denver. We were late coming in, and we had to make a connection. And they made an announcement that there was a large number of people trying to make the connecting flight. I know you guys have been through this. So they said, please allow the people making a connection to get off
They don't let
first.
you.
Nope.
They don't let you.
They all got up anyway, and I'm thinking
Everybody wants to be the first person off.
Yep.
That's why when I'm on
Where
a direct
are you going?
when I'm on a direct flight,
You know, they will
when I'm
hold
on-
your airplane if your connection is
They
late.
did hold it.
Yeah.
when I'm on a
They
direct
did hold
flight,
it.
and even though I'm a pre-boarder,
Yeah.
I literally go to the back of the plane. Because I don't have to be off right away, and it takes time for your baggage to get to the carousel.
I don't get up and run off. I don't care. It's going to take me, 10 minutes? So if I'm just going to get off and go nowhere, then what's the
And
problem?
I grab exit row, so I'm in the middle of the aircraft anyway.
People were trying to get to their connection, and everybody's up, and they're getting their bags.
This flight coming into KBDL on Friday. I was late getting to the plane because
Okay.
my
where
flight was
where
coming.
is that? Oh, BDL is Bradley,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
So
okay, I'm
I'm
learning.
I'm maybe 8 rows from the back of the plane.
Okay.
And 3 or 4 people just start moving ahead. And the guy in front of me the woman goes, you know what? All these other people are waiting too. And they keep moving forward. So what do? I get up and I just stand in the row.
You would do that.
Yeah, you're not going by me. You're going to be a human. All right? There's no connection flight coming out of KBDL tonight
Right.
that you have to make.
That's
we just
my
got
point
in
about
at
everybody
11:30
getting up.
at night.
That's my point about getting up and everybody, they pay no attention and off they go. It's just hilarious. I don't know.
No. It's the characteristics.
I don't know how you fly all the time, you two. I don't know how you do it.
Alcohol.
I don't fly all the time.
Alcohol, Ativan, Valium, and sleep.
My daughter flies constantly. She got home from New Zealand, and she flew out the next morning to, I think, Detroit, and then the next day she flew from Detroit to Chicago and then to St. Louis. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even know what day it is. I wouldn't know what hour. I would just get totally confused, and I don't like flying. I don't mind it once I'm on. I don't think I'm going to have anything happen. It's just the noise drives me crazy.
Noise canceling headphones.
I was going to say I need to get noise canceling headphones because I can't deal with the noise.
So am I going to be able to get to this before I have students
I'm sorry.
come in?
Did we have something to do today? All right.
I've
Good
got
morning,
students
everyone.
coming in at
This is
8:30
Ken's
and
Den.
something at 9.
Ken has a plan. Peter, Ken
Did you give
has
me the
a
video for
plan
that?
today.
Let's try. No, the video is at
God.
8:30.
All
I
right,
know,
go.
but do you have it?
I'm feeding. I'm going to
Oh,
be.
you're going to feeding it? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I told you I need to split screen at some point, but
All right.
not for this.
I'm going to be quiet.
Let's try this again. Today is the 24th day of September. 20 minutes later, in the year 2024, Anno Domini. This is the Den, Ken's Den.
The views expressed by the host during his monologue are those solely of his own, not those of Westfield State University, the radio club, the underwriters, or those aviation students waiting for their bus. And now,
Here we go.
I haven't pre-read this after I wrote it.
Oh, jeez.
flying blind.
Always do a read through, honey.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I was
Here we go.
I was drinking and it was late.
Oh, Peter.
Where to begin after my first 24 hours in the city of debauchery? First, on the 2 flights I had coming out to Vegas, there was no visit from Jetway Jesus. I was shocked.
Oh.
I use primarily Southwest, And they allow anyone claiming a disability to board first. They line up in wheelchairs 10 plus deep. After the plane lands, they miraculously get up and walk down the jetway and through the rest of the terminal.
It's a miracle.
They were cured.
It's a miracle.
Do I even still have that anymore? Yep. There we go. I got that one too somewhere. This is one of the reasons why Southwest is changing their seating policies in 2025. Assigned seating actually takes longer to load a plane than their current model because people are too stupid to be able to read the numbers above the seats. Well, that, and Southwest is being bullied by a hedge fund company to build up profit before they can dump it broke and bankrupt. They're going to charge for, quote, unquote, premium seating. Premium seating on Southwest. Now, speaking of
What a
stupid
joke.
people, I feel compelled to thank DNA for giving me a decent IQ, logic, and common sense. I've probably mentioned this before, but it seems like people are getting dumber. Or is it just a situation of self-entitlement? Group standing smack in the middle of a walkway intersection. People stopping dead in their tracks. The people with backpacks hanging out 3 feet that are clueless about how to walk whilst wearing said backpack.
Wallace.
People not pacing themselves because their snot lockers are buried in their phones. And the elevators. Why are you rushing to get in whilst I'm trying to exit? Move the F back. Back that thing up. You should have been taught by the 3rd grade to let people off the damn elevator first. If they happen to make eye contact with you, you get that deer in headlights stare. Nothing is there. The lights are on, but nobody is home. You immediately know that they are swimming in the shallow end of the gene pool. Speaking of swimming in pools,
Oh, dear.
these same people are the ones who give you the stink eye whilst they are waiting in it. That's 3 times now, whilst.
Wow.
Whilst they are waiting in a line 100 deep to get into the pool, and I'm standing there in a line of 5 diamond status members to get into the pool first. There are usually only about 50 free loungers available, and those Neanderthals will need to put a towel on the deck to sit on. Oh, boo-hoo. You know, I am convinced they actually chill the pool at the Flamingo, since no way could this pool in the desert, where the temps have been hitting 100 for the past 4 months, is colder than my own pool at its coldest. I also sensed that the concrete along the sides of the pool was much cooler than the water, so I think there are coolant lines in there.
Maybe.
Or I know that the Venetian and a few other places actually heat their pool. Also, there might be an evaporation thing going on in the desert. I'm not quite sure, but the water was colder than my pool in New England in September.
In September.
Yeah, and now I know people are going to say that when it's 100 outside, an 80-degree pool will feel cold, right? I get that. That's not the case. As I said, Paris heats their pool, so the link does nothing. I know what I'm talking about here because I have a pool. I know the temperatures of that water. I'm wondering if the cold water does something to counteract the heat so people drink more. I wouldn't count that out with Caesars.
I don't know.
Myself and another community programming host often say stupid should hurt. It seems lately that smart hurts, since I am surrounded by so much stupidity. Or perhaps I'm even dealing with everyone dumbing down everything. But here's something to file under stupid should hurt.
Okay.
I was in an elevator
Take notes, Peter.
with about 8 to 10 people. A guy walks in with his nose all bandaged up, his shirt covered in blood, and a bloodied up towel on his shoulder. One of the passengers asked if that happened at the pool, and he said yes. He went on to explain that he decided to dive in and went face first into the concrete floor of the pool. Now, these are wading pools they have out there. They're 3.5 feet deep.
Oh, dear.
All right? Very, very few of them have a diving or deep end. A few people went, oh. Someone said, you poor thing. Another said, oh, no. You know, there's a reason why those of us who live in Massachusetts are referred to as massholes. Myself, being said ass, said, if only there were signs saying no diving. I got a chuckle out about half the car. The victim turned to look up at me with those deer in headlight eyes and acknowledged with a glance that he knew he messed up. For the record, we'll also file this under F around and find out. I was going to say let's pay our bills and we'll be right back. But you know what? It's 8:30. I want to start up a new segment I have.
Okay.
So I am going to run a public service announcement. No, what am I going to run? I'm going to run... Oh, you know what? The Biggie is in town.
Yes.
So we'll listen to this ad regarding the convention center.
I'm going to the
This
Biggie.
Sunday, we turn the Quahog Convention Center into a mud pit for the 28th annual Quahog Monster Truck Rally and Gun Show. See giant monster trucks, shoot at monster trucks, and best of all, you can smoke inside. See the Ghost Rider while smoking inside. Fire an AR-15 while smoking inside. Or just stand around and smoke inside. Seriously, we're cool with it. Throw your butts on the ground. We don't care. Watch real loud trucks and smell the smoke that reminds you of your dead alcoholic stepdad who you're glad is dead but still miss anyway. Rest in peace, Gene. Forget which beer can is your ashtray. And whenever you feel like it, shout racial stuff. You will not be the fattest person there. And if you are, get that shirt off. Come get your picture taken with Tila Tequila and smoke a cigarette with her. Spray soda on somebody. Punch a baby. Smoke inside. Loud trucks, guns. It's all happening at the Quahog Convention Center, so hold in all your farts till this Sunday. Farts.
Oh.
That was just...
I see that
Peter.
recurring theme about smoking.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to... This is the first time I'm doing this segment. It's a segment that I was inspired by watching a few things on YouTube. And, you know, they have these videos where they show people watching a video or listening to a piece of music for the very first time and they react to it. And I'm like, you know what? I'd love to do that with some of the students from over in arts and graphics.
Are you tempting fate again?
No, I don't think so. I think this is going to be fun because we had fun doing that video a few weeks ago with the food.
They do this a lot with the history videos.
Mm-hmm.
They'll show a video,
Music,
a history
too.
video, and they critique whether or not it's accurate and correct
Mm-hmm.
or how they feel about a certain character. I was listening to one this morning on Roosevelt,
Mm-hmm.
and it was interesting.
All right, so I figured I want to do that with the students, again,
Okay.
arts and communications, but twist it up a bit. Not only are we going to critique music that came out before any of them were born, although if they're in the music, they may very well be familiar with, you know, whatever happens to come up. But we're going to critique the production of the video.
Okay.
All right.
Good shot.
Not only the production, but what do you think of that shot? You know, how do you think they pulled that off? And hopefully, I
Are
know
you sure
guys,
they paid attention enough in class to do this?
Well, the hope is I'm going to be doing this with sophomores and
Just
juniors
make it
as
up.
well.
It's all right.
And it'll inspire them to go into Premiere Pro and try to figure out how to do it. So that's.
I don't watch-
at this point.
My fiance
Yeah.
gets mad at me because I watch TV completely different than everybody else.
Oh, that's,
glad you
that's-
mentioned
know
that,
what,
Peter.
That's theater people. We watch it
Yep.
and we go, why did they do that? Why didn't they come in stage? Why are they using that shot? Why did they put that over there?
I can't watch a TV show or a movie
I
without
know.
rewinding it to go.
I know.
You know,
Why did they
look
do
at that?
that?
Yeah.
Yep. Why did they come that way? Why is that door open? Yeah, we do
right.
that. We do. You're right, Peter. We
Yeah.
don't. We're so critical, and we pick up.
No, our
things that
brain just works differently.
Nobody else picks up.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody watches that scene and says, "Why is that back corner dark?"
And as we go through this video, and every 40 seconds I need to pause it for copyright stuff. But that's when we'll comment on it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, I picked up on this, and I picked up on that. And it just happens after a while. And
And who are these kids?
I've been trying to get to that.
Oh,
All right.
shiny things.
Yeah, so two students from arts and communication. Down at the end, we have...
Samuel Morse. I'm a senior, and kind of the film guy when it comes to our class.
I'm Erin. I'm more so in Miss Grimsley's section of the shop, but I still really do like doing analysis, so this will be really fun for me.
I figure regardless, it's going to be fun if
We
you
won't hurt
if you
you.
pick up a tip. If you see something you want to try doing on Premiere, then go for it. I know this is probably going to work better with the sophomores and juniors because they have a little more time left to work on this stuff. But hey, it gets you out of the
Or-
shop for 20 minutes.
They might teach us something.
I'll say,
They might teach us.
don't tell my
something.
teachers. Any time out of the shop is always good.
All right, Sam, pick a number 1 through 35.
I have to count here? Okay.
No, you don't have to count. You just have to pick a number.
Let's go with 17.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
He
15,
can count
16,
that high.
17.
Ooh,
Ooh.
God knows I can.
I got something on the screens.
No default?
I thought I had defaulted it last night, but I had an update and it might have done weird stuff. Okay. All right, I removed the headset from. All right, I removed the headset and I turned the volume off on this, so we shouldn't get the echo now. Madonna, Borderline from the mid 80s. And they picked number 35. She was young.
This wasn't the best video to pick, but okay.
They picked it. All right. So you can start to see how it's starting to tell a little bit of a story. There's a story going on in this video, right? And they're using a clever combination of going back and forth between what?
Oh, was it black and white and color?
Exactly.
See, it's a lot of really quick cuts between a lot of different things.
You take a look at the lighting here with the black and white. Very, very classic use of that technique. As long as you don't overdo it and overuse it and it's fitting, it's awesome. There's nothing wrong with black and white. So far, any of you have heard this song?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who she is?
I was just say I know the name. My parents talk about her music a good bit. I was grown up with more like.
At least they didn't say grandparents.
I was grown up with more like the classic rock kind of stuff. AC/DC, Metallica, all them.
I was going to load some of that up on here, but I figured that would be more well known than the pop and the, the disc dancey stuff from the 80s.
Exactly. It's a different kind of thing to look at than you usually look at.
All right, let's see how the story is going. Okay, so here's the story. You're seeing how the story is picking up.
Yeah.
You can tell, she might be going on to do a photo shoot or something, and now they actually show them doing the photo shoot. Something that I pick up on, and I'm sure Kathy and Mr. Coles does. Don't be afraid if you're shooting a video or a documentary or anything. Wear what is current, because looking back at it, 30, 35 years later, you go, oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of those cars in 40 years.
Yeah.
All right. Or, oh, geez, look at what they were wearing back then.
Watch a Miami Vice episode.
Yeah, pastels and
Right.
shoulder pads and men's
That
jackets.
jacket is back that she's wearing. The jean jacket is back.
That's a leather one.
Is it leather?
That one's leather. The jean one was in the previous shot with the graffiti painted on the back.
All right.
Yeah. And again, flipping back to black and white, so you start to see when she's doing her photo shoot now.
Oh, I get it now. All right. Yeah, so it's like black and white when doing the photo shoot, and when she's with him alone, it's like Yeah, everything's in color. Everything's like nice and.
So it's giving off like 1980s, like those really like cheesy romance movie kind of vibes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, this was Pete, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking this might be 84 or 85.
Oh yeah, easily.
I was to say that explains it.
Yeah, I think it's 84. If only I had a telephone with an encyclopedia and the internet on it.
If only.
Yeah. Borderline Madonna release year. 84. All right. So we also noticed that the guy she's hanging around with when it's color is a different guy, right?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Oh, well, now you do.
I didn't realize that. I wasn't paying attention.
I love the look with her eyes when she turns to look at that camera in that last shot. Look at the fashion in this. All right, cropped hair. Music-wise, tell me where you're at.
I would say I like the song. It's not the kind of thing like that I'd put on and be like, oh, this is great. It's not like a bad song, just not my personal taste. But I see why people would like it. It's got a nice melody to it.
Where do you think it fits genre-wise?
I would say it definitely feels like more of that. I was gonna say it's definitely in that pop genre.
All right, Aaron.
It's like a pop. It's kind of like I don't want to say melodramatic, but like. I mean, look at this story here.
I was just saying,
it's got some stuff in it, some juicy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of juicy stuff. Okay, I'll mention it. Right about this time, she was struggling as an artist right before this came out. So right around 81, 82. She was performing in clubs in New York City, all right? She decided to do a photo shoot for a gentleman's magazine.
I see which one you're talking about.
All right?
All right.
The magazine did not use them immediately. Once she became popular,
that's when
and 3 or 4 big hits came out, that's when the magazine came out with them.
It was the jump on the
gross.
popularity kind of thing. I say scummy, but
yeah. So always think ahead. If I'm going to do this today, what's going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah.
Always got to think about the future.
Yeah.
That's kind of gross. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is some folks call it a dance tune, but it would be nowadays called a AT40, American Adult Contemporary Top 40 or pop. Did this one go to #1 on Billboard? I think it might have. I think 3.
I think almost everything on that album did.
I think at least 3 songs on that album came out on Billboard.
That's when Madonna was enormous.
She was huge. I mean, she was.
Now she's just crazy.
She was the Taylor Swift.
I was gonna say
of the 80s and 90s.
She was like the icon of that era.
Yeah, she was in movies. There's a movie called Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Which was a minor hit.
It's a cult. It has a cult following now.
It was a pop movie.
Yeah.
It was a kid flick.
Teenager,
Yeah.
not kid.
Flick.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. For you, heck, I'm a kid.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Watch it, buddy.
So.
You young whippersnapper, you.
Yeah, I think she was probably just as big
She was
as Taylor
huge.
back then.
Absolutely. And that was before social media. So to even say that, I would say she had more notoriety because we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
Social media makes stars today. Makes stars out of non-stars. But she was just on her own right huge, and she was a very talented young woman.
Yeah. She in the early '80s when she went on David Letterman's show. David Letterman asked her, "What do you want to do?" And she goes, "I want to rule the world."
And she meant
real.
it. She probably did in her
She
own
did.
right.
And
But she didn't know Elvis.
yeah, and then going into the '90s, Vogue came out. So Madonna did Vogue.
Yeah.
Vogue. A lot of that music was sampled from disco.
Explain to these children what Vogue is.
Aaron knows what Vogue is.
It's like
All
a
right,
whole
okay.
giant magazine. It's like this
Okay.
really big one.
No, I'm not talking about the magazine. I'm talking about the dance craze.
the dance. Oh, okay.
See?
All right.
See? I told ya.
And that came, a lot of the music on that came sampled from things from the 70s. The do in Vogue, that came from a group called South Soul Orchestra. It was stolen from that, a disco group. But voguing was done in these things called ballrooms in the 70s.
Okay.
That's where that dance style came from. And here it is, Madonna, 20 years later, she brings it back, makes it look like it's her own brand new thing doing all this. But it was really taken from the 70s. It was always underground.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, you didn't hang out at ballrooms. I didn't. I did my research though.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, there's a show on FX that covered it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go look it up. I'll go home and look.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have brought it up. I wouldn't have made anything like that up. But back on to the tune Borderline. Yeah, notice the smoking going on in this too, right? You don't see that anymore.
Nope. Nope, you don't.
It was like a cool thing to do that, right?
All right. Let's talk about that.
So
All right.
It was like a big thing. It was the new craze sweeping the nation. and everything.
Yeah, because people also thought it was like healthy.
Good
like,
for you.
I don't know. Was it considered healthy?
No.
As at the time of when they were.
No, for some people, it's considered medicinal.
Oh,
the
like cancer,
calming
not
effect.
medicinal.
The calming effect of the nicotine.
It was done everywhere. You
Yep.
smoked at the dining room table. We smoked in the teacher's room. When you opened the teacher's lounge door,
The smoke would just come out.
billowing out. I'm sure we all reeked of it in the classroom, and no one cared.
Restaurants
we
had
had-
smoking and non-smoking sections.
Oh, but before that they didn't. You just
Right.
smoked anywhere. That didn't come until
The,
like
the,
the
the airplane you could smoke
You could
on.
smoke in the airplane. They had smoking in the high school. You had a smoking section.
Really?
In the 80s when I was
Oh,
here.
yeah, when I went to high school, there was a smoking
Yeah.
section.
Down here, where the hallway goes around Tiger's Pride and down to the gym. All right, that right there was the end of the building when I went to school here.
Yeah.
All right, the building stopped right there. Right there, there was the smoking area in the 80s here at school.
Good catch.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
now at Six Flags, they have a specific area, even though it's an outside park. I've always had people coming up to me going, "Hey, do you know what the smoking area is?" You know, like, so we can't they can't smoke out in the open area.
No.
Which honestly, I'm pretty happy about.
Most people are.
I don't want to smell that,
Yeah.
but
Smoking in the hospital.
I don't
My
think we're
grandmother,
kids.
when I was a kid,
Oh, no.
when she was in the hospital, she was smoking in the hospital room.
thing.
I have
That was a
better one.
thing, and that was in the early 80s.
I have a better one for you. There was a club in town. I won't mention any names, but there was a club in town that used to donate things at Christmas, like they would donate things to the Children's Mission. They would donate Christmas stockings. They used to donate cigarettes to the tuberculin hospital. Does that make a lot of sense?
Do you know what tuberculosis is?
It's a disease of the lungs.
Yeah.
Yes, they used to donate cigarettes.
It's gotta be
well.
a cruel joke, man.
it's not,
Oh,
it's not funny, but it's funny.
So see what that 1 second shot of the guy having the button of see the conversation that came out of that? You never know what you make today, what people will be talking about it 25, 30 years later.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah.
I love the fashions. The fashion.
The fashion in the
Oh my
cars.
God.
Honestly, they were bad.
Yeah. Look at the green socks with those orange shoes.
The combo.
And obviously you can tell he's not even really shooting pool there. Nikon, good man. So now look at that. There she is on the front of the magazine. And the guy is still going to be a jerk, and he's going to lose out on her, right? That's how every story ends. What was she, 21, 22 here?
No, she was older than that.
Was she?
She was in her, when she hit her heyday, she was in her mid-20s.
All right, so we have about 45 seconds left of the video, so that's a good spot to just pause it so that we don't get dinged on copyright.
Oh.
That's why all those people who do those reviews, they play it and pause it and play it.
The way it is.
The reaction, yeah, if you play it all the way through, YouTube will zing you on copyright and they'll take it off.
Oh my gosh.
Madonna, age in 1984.
Madonna was
26.
years old and
Told you.
Still young.
Look good.
She's, you know, I think I'm confusing her with Ariana Grande and Miley Cyrus because they're all from the Mouse House, weren't they?
Oh, I don't know. I was raising children then. I was listening to music.
All right. So now you see in the video how all of a sudden she is now on the front of a cover of a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool story going on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Should have picked a good one.
All the big hair. I don't believe this is 84.
I always think of this song.
Starting high school. Actually, her first hit was Holiday.
Holiday, yeah. And then all right, and I am done sharing, Pete.
And that's
and then
iconic songs too.
So after Holiday, Borderline, Lucky Star, and then the Whopper.
Then she got weird.
Yeah, then Like a Virgin came out.
Oh no.
That's one I've heard.
She did get a little out there.
Yeah, and back then it was a raunchy video. Today we wouldn't think anything of it, but she's just rolling around and crawling on the floor through the entire video.
I feel like that's a staple of a lot of like early like pop singers where they're really used to doing stuff when they were young and catering to an audience that was younger and of their age, and so they do stuff that's more appropriate. But as they got older,
have to evolve.
they'd expand, they evolve, they become more raunchier, try to get a different audience. You're seeing that actually currently with a lot of people.
Do you think their sound changes as well?
A lot of time, I think it does. Like, I think Taylor Swift,
Started
especially
as
her,
country?
she was a country, yeah. She was country. She's becoming more poppy, and her songs are a lot more. They have different topics now. Like a lot of them are heartbreak. I think she's always made heartbreak songs, but a lot of them are.
Yeah, she can't be very smart
She
because
survived
she's
on-
always writing about somebody who's wronged her.
She survives on teenage angst. That's her bread and butter.
How do you know when a metal band has made it big when they've succeeded?
Usually when like it's one of the things that you hear most on social media when you have like people who almost never talk about that start talking about it, like I don't know, when everyone starts talking about something.
I have a different theory on that, and I'm sure Mr. Coles will back me up on that.
I have a
When
theory
it-
on it too, but it's probably different than yours.
When they release a ballad.
No.
I never
You
thought
think
of that.
that's it?
No, this is
That's
this is what happens.
Well, it also happens as you get older. Ozzy Osbourne slowed down and started doing ballads. Metallica. All right,
No.
they
You know what it
mellow
is?
it out too.
Peter, what's your thought?
A heavy metal or metal band has made it when a wrestler uses
Oh,
them
when
as
it's
their
on
theme.
Yeah,
wrestling.
hell yeah. I'll just say I grew up with wrestling like throughout my youth. I'll just say it was my grandfather, it was my dad, and as soon as you hear one of those songs,
grandmother.
that's when it's like you recognize that.
I grew up with wrestling too, but I stopped I stopped it at like 13 or 14.
Oh, I'm still going strong on that.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, you and Cole should talk. Yeah, you'd be able to have a conversation with him. I don't the names he comes up with. I have no clue what he's talking about.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I know. I remember Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant
Everyone remembers them.
and Sergeant Slaughter. He was my favorite.
Remember them?
Sergeant Slaughter was my favorite.
That's a fair choice.
Yeah.
Like I can play a theme and you can tell me who the wrestler is.
All right, Sam, you're playing
I
this.
want to say, that's CM Punk. It's called Personality by Living Color.
Yeah,
I have that one on my playlist.
I don't
every
even have to
morning.
play the first lick.
See, he's one of my favorites to this
I'm
day.
so in the dark here.
Aaron, would you have gotten that?
No way. I
Yeah.
like secondhand knowledge.
I say this is like
Daddy's much.
one of my nerd zones. This is one of the things where I know a good bit.
You know, this wasn't a half bad music video either for that tune by Cult of Personality. I know the music. I just don't know who it's tied to with the.
Here's the one that you know.
Oh, that's Undertaker.
As I say, yeah, it's that gong.
That
That's what
crosses
gives it a
that
meaning.
crosses all genres of pop culture. Just the gongs.
I have no idea.
We'll hear this again on Thursday.
Yes, you will.
But this is. That's just the funeral march. That's not a heavy metal.
I'd say it's not a song.
Yeah.
It's more of
It's a musical piece.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. So overall, was the song okay or did it suck?
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright.
Closer to the mic, Aaron.
Sorry. It was alright. It's not something I'd like normally listen to. I'm not much of like an old pop person. I'm more of like a like classic rock.
What would it open you up to watching more of these older videos or
Yeah.
listening to some of this older stuff?
They're like really fun to kind of analyze.
Because you have to now. This is what is considered an oldie to your generation. When I grew up, oldies were 50s and going into the 60s for me.
I'm not even
I'm
going to
being-
say. They didn't have music when I grew up.
Yes, they did. They had
They had fiddles.
they had Tommy Dorsey
Oh, God, no.
Raps.
and Glenn Miller.
No, that's even before. That's even before.
No. You grew up with Elvis.
Yeah, it was out. Yeah, well, my sister was older than I was, so it was. She played a lot of the Pat Boone, Elvis, and then we had Bobby Darin and that whole group there. I don't remember a lot of that, but that was my sister's day.
Yep.
You know, but your mom and I came along a little bit later.
When I grew up, my mother did disco. Yeah.
Disco was later. Now, it wasn't our high school years.
Yeah. Well, I said when I came around.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needed something to distract herself when you came around, I'm sure. She needed something. I'll bet you were a handful as a little boy, were you?
I was independent.
This is what Kathy was
I'll bet.
listening to.
What is this?
I have no idea. I have no idea what that is.
Wrong decade.
No, that's disco.
Oh, that's disco?
Yeah, this is 70s.
No.
It was actually in the movie Charlie's Angels.
Actually, no. Being a theater person and a music person, I was more into folk music because I was more into the harmony
I love folk music
and the music
so much.
itself.
Oh my gosh.
That's where I learned a lot about music.
All right, let's get into knowledge of folk. Your favorite folk group.
Oh my gosh. All right. Sorry.
There's no wrong answer here.
Crap. I don't know. I listen to a lot of mishmash. I'm not. They're escaping my brain now that I'm saying it. Here, wait. Mind if I go check
Sing.
my playlist?
I refer to a lot of it as singer-songwriter
Like this.
stuff. Yeah.
I like the James Hunter 6. The James Hunter 6 is really good. Some of it's folky, some of it's a bit more popular.
Yeah, there's Shinedown. Not Shinedown.
Sundown.
Sundown, yeah.
I'd say Shinedown is a
Whole nother,
Yeah.
yeah.
one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot. Huh? I don't have that on the screen in front of me.
Michael would know this one.
All right, look at this. It's 8:59 going on to 9 o'clock. Aaron, Sam, thanks for coming in and playing along.
Yeah.
Is this something you would play again at some point?
Oh,
Yeah. Are you gonna tell your classmates how cool this was? Because I want to do a rotation. So every senior week, I plan on doing this, and I might do this with the juniors as well. So. Yeah, let them know how cool this was, and we'll keep this going.
Yeah, that'd be.
It'd be a pleasure to come on again.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
All right, I'm glad you guys had fun, and I hope you learned something, because that's also part of the reason for pulling you out of shop. You needed to learn something here.
Yeah, I was doing history homework before this. So.
I was filing paperwork.
That era was a huge explosion of videos.
84 is known as one of the best years ever,
for video.
ever for music.
They were big.
Michael Jackson.
Everybody watched them on TV all the time. All the kids watched them. Nowadays, you have YouTube. You can pick and choose what you want. But back then, you couldn't. You had what they gave you. So it was huge. And
you waited in front of that television until that came on. And if you were lucky enough to have a VCR, you recorded it. Yeah.
And we still have the New Kids on the Block.
All right. Speaking of blocks, in another 2 weeks, I'm back out in Vegas, and I'll be hanging out on a block.
On a block.
Because something's going to be happening out there. That's why up in the second half, I've got Michael Buster McMahon in the studio. A fellow, I don't want to call him a Vegas.
I'm going to let Sam pick
Vegas
the
night.
song going out to the break. I'm going to let Sam pick the song going out to the break.
Oh, okay.
So it's 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Let's go with 3.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right. Surprise me, Peter. Thanks, guys.
You think you know me?
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at betsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
15 years till I learned the benefits of Once Daily Sanguelto, our latest generation blood thinner. When I'm at a multiracial picnic for some reason, the last thing I want to do is have a stroke. And thanks to Once Daily Sanguelto, I can eat potato salad with chuckling strangers with the confidence of someone who knows he's 12% less likely to suffer a stroke recurrence. Thanks to Sanguelto, I can snuggle with my age-appropriate wife on a blanket underneath non-holiday-related fireworks. I left her for 6 weeks back in 2009, only to realize I was already too old to bed the type of women that would make such a separation worth it. So here we are, grinding it out till one of us has that second stroke that you don't come back from. Thank you, Sanguelto.
WCPC 15 brought to you by Sanguelto.
Yeah, you got a sponsor.
I have several. Yep.
That explains a lot.
Neither one of you comes back from.
Peter, remember you allowed this.
Yeah.
You allowed this to happen.
I and I still have Rectify Holistics for a sponsor too.
Let's see what Kenny's got on his playlist. Let's look.
Oh, dear Lord.
Look at that. Let's see.
You see, this is the one I was talking about right there.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Anal cleansing dates back to the Egyptians. Coffee enemas have been all the rage for a few years now. But at Rectify Holistic, we say, why stop at coffee? We have detoxifying all-natural enemas for every occasion. Get that minty fresh taste with a peppermint enema. Or be hydrated from behind with a coconut water enema.
Oh, geez.
Acquire all the charm, hygiene, and je ne sais quoi of a Frenchman with a garlic enema. We've also got relaxing and inspiring flavors like Irish coffee, fruit juice, hamburger meat, or spicy ground turkey. Become nature's softy serve machine with an ice cream enema. Or get ravaged by a burly Russian with the St. Petersburg surprise. Rectify Holistic. Come and get properly clean today.
Nice. I used to.
You know, I wouldn't have gone there if Pete didn't pop my screen up.
Oh, yes, you would.
I used to date a nurse, and I remember sometimes at work, once a month we had to do this deep cleaning of the restaurant. I used to hate it, but I was dating her, and she's like, "Oh, tonight's enema night at work," because she worked in a nursing home. I'm like, I'm not going to complain about the deep cleaning night anymore.
Okay, moving along now. Thank you.
I hear you can drop 5-6 pounds at one of those cleanses.
Supposedly, it's fluid, yeah, and they claim that, and that there's all these ads on YouTube now that
I'd go down another. At this point, I'd go down another size if I did that.
They expound cleaning and claim that we have a lot of weight we're carrying around because of backup.
And if
Didn't you need to know that?
If Kathleen did it, she'd be almost transparent if she lost 5 pounds.
There would be nothing left. Yes.
All right, so that's not what we're.
I actually worked to gain weight. I know people hate when you say that, but I did.
He was trying to pull off a line from his program, but that's not what we're doing here.
Oh yes, that's right.
Go for it. Go for it.
Well, I was brought in here. We were going to talk about.
We have
Vegas,
a whole hour,
baby.
We have a whole hour, man.
Hour.
Yeah, Michael Buster McMahon
Yes,
from
in 2
Monday
seconds,
mornings.
Boom, that hour will be gone.
Yeah,
and
Monday
you'll know
mornings,
that.
8 to 10. I tell you the stories behind your favorite songs, the stories behind them, and also too, if you go to YouTube. Michael Buster McMahon Playhouse. Or actually, if you just wrote Michael Buster Playhouse, it pops up too.
Okay, you know what? Before we get to Vegas, baby.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about that.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Yes.
What is it?
I have, it's some of my for some reason, I've written 53 short plays. Some of them are good. And we're doing televised readings of them.
You know, Kathy's a playwright, too.
Yes, yes.
Yes, we've discussed this.
We've discussed it. We've met several times. And we decided to record a couple. So episode 1, it's called the Michael Buster McMahon Televised Radio Playhouse and Used Tire Company.
Catchy title. I'll remember that.
Yeah,
Plain
Lucy.
Lucy.
It's the dumbest title I could think of. And so the first episode,
that's even worse than your own imaginary band.
Buddy Sorrell's 5-man trio.
Yeah.
It's my band that backs me up when I do karaoke. Imaginary band. Just because every band, every friend I've ever had that was in a band, whatever they came up with, they would get like a letter from a lawyer saying you can't call yourself that.
Can't
So
use
it's
that. Can't
Buddy
use that.
Sorrell's 5-man trio. I'm pretty sure is available. But anyway,
But I've heard of. No, I'm kidding.
probably
kidding.
not my show.
I know of Sorrell. He's a doctor in Springfield.
Buddy Sorrell is the Maury Amsterdam character from the Dick Van
That
Dyke
too.
Show.
Yes.
Yeah. Which was inspired by Mel Brooks.
I
never
can
knew
see
the
that.
Last name.
Yep. I'm sorry, what?
I never knew the last
Yep.
name. I knew the.
Sally Rogers, Rob Petrie, and Buddy Sorrell.
I know. I remember that well. It's still on. So go for it. You were talking.
Okay,
about
yeah.
your
So episode 1 of the
shiny things,
episode
Michael.
1 of the TV show, you get 2 15-minute plays. One about the legendary hitchhiker Lydia in North Carolina, and the other one is about 2 ships in the North Atlantic in 1913 who ignored a distress call. So
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
yeah,
I've heard that story.
But that movie only had one ship.
this one has 2.
Ooh.
So you get
Okay,
better.
what happens? Oh, you'll have to tune in.
Yeah,
to
you'll have
find
to
out.
tune in. And then episode 2 is the story of Aesop's Viper.
Aesop?
Yeah.
Like an Aesop's
Tail.
Tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a tale about the Viper, about a woman who saves a half-frozen snake and brings
Oh,
them
yes.
into her house.
Yes, I know that
So this is
story.
a version of that on what happened.
Which is common in everyday relationships.
Yes, it is.
It's very common.
And the snake has a British accent,
Yes.
played by the great Andy Price.
You knew who I was. You don't know that story? Oh, look it up. It's great.
No,
It's-
or watch
there's
it.
a lot of different versions of it.
Well, watch my version.
Yeah, we'll watch yours.
How many of these episodes are going to come out? Because if you can give me a whole season, I'll run them down in Southwest.
Yeah, well, hopefully we're going to record once a month. We get together. We recorded both episodes on the same day.
All right. When you get up to 8, I want the whole collection, and I'll run it.
Up to 8,
during
huh?
the season.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah, because I line everything up for a whole season when I do my program.
Yeah, so we're planning on doing
good
this for a
idea.
while.
Actually, you know what? If I do 1, 2,
That's a
give me
really
4.
good idea.
4. Okay, we
That's
can
a
give you
really
4.
good
give me
idea.
4. I'll run the same episode each month.
And everybody watching, you go to YouTube, or you know what? You can go to Facebook. Are you going to finish those Fries Productions? That's the name of my production company, and just
I love these titles. They're
thank you.
hilarious.
And
That's
they're all there.
that's a division of. You want fries with that?
Well,
No, they're just really long. It makes the programming guy and us go nuts because they never put the episode number at the beginning of the title. They put it at the end so you can't read it.
Oh, well, maybe
That's industry practice.
Yeah, well, we can do. We can
I
maybe,
put it at the beginning.
Maybe we
the
can
date,
put.
so
All
I
right,
know what
we can
date
put
it
the
is.
episode number at the beginning if that makes people's lives easier. But yeah, hopefully check it out. Some people like me, some people don't. Some people are gonna like some of the plays, some of them they're not.
Does any of this take place in the land of? It's not Cardass.
Carpathia.
Carpathia.
You once in a while you will get a mention of Carpathia in some of them. Like sometimes it's the Hotel Carpathia. Sometimes that's just in there.
Speaking of cars, does she have maybe one more month yet before off the road?
Well, I remember last year it was January 1st, and I was hiking through Bear Hole on January 1st, and it was beautiful weather. So no, I think
you're not going to anticipate, or you're just going to.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, we had a very nice winter last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen the Farmer's Almanac?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Don't look at it.
What does it say?
I'm happy I'm out of town once a month this winter. I'm just
getting
going
a
to
lot of
say that.
snow?
Yeah, it's going to
We don't
cost me a
get any
fortune
snow
paying
anymore.
someone to clear my driveway.
We'll see.
But we don't get any snow anymore.
Well,
We get like 1 or 2 storms.
Yeah, I think it's on the ballot this year. It's question 7. Do we want snow this winter?
Do we want snow? No, I don't think it's.
yeah, and you know what?
It's not question
those
7,
damn
it's
those damn liberals will say yes. I want the snow.
Question 7 was the one about earthquakes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm voting no. I don't want earthquakes.
Well, I haven't really read all the information that came out about
true.
it. So
People should read
until
both
I read,
sides.
Till I read all the information. I mean, supposedly we're one of the smarter states, so we should be able to figure out these questions without a lot of description.
God bless you, because I tell people that all the time. They say, "Oh, make sure you register and vote." And I said, "You know what's also just as important?
Actually, vote.
Well, read the ballot questions. Don't show up on that day and say, "Oh, what's this question for?" Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
read both sides. Be educated.
Well, if I don't really have an opinion, I leave it blank.
That's good too.
Because
I do that too. Like when
I
it says,
don't want to skew it.
Right. Well, like when you
I'm
go in
not
there,
really invested in the question.
and it says vote for the dog catcher, and I'm like, I don't know who these people are. I'm not.
I don't want to skew it,
Yeah.
so I leave it alone. But I do.
You're a good voter.
I'm telling you, it wears me out. I'm tired already.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What
So
the
how much
bleep?
snow are we getting, Michael?
Hopefully none. I'm not a fan of summer or winter. I don't like the extreme months. Give me spring and fall.
Well,
all
you've
day.
got a problem then, buddy, because you live here.
I know.
And you have the restaurant.
Well, that's right, I was watching-
The restaurant is finally open.
No, well, not quite.
Not yet.
Not quite. The Iron Fox
thought it
Steak.
was ready.
No, we've had a couple of private functions for family events and stuff, but we're getting there. We're resurrecting the Summers Inn in Somers, Connecticut, and it's good.
Well, I hope it's going to be soon because it looks gorgeous. The
Me
pictures
too.
you've had up there, it
thank
really
you.
does.
Thank you.
It does. I do follow him. I follow him with enough space in between, because I didn't want him to think I was stalking.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't follow you closely.
I could use I've only got a couple stalkers.
Want to be
I can-
stalked?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being stalked.
Well, there's stalkers for hire. That's question 8.
Question 8.
We don't want the government
Stalking-
interfering with our
Stalking,
stalking.
though, is such a commitment. You got to buy a lot of black clothes. You got to learn someone else's schedule. It's a lot of commitment to be a stalker.
But that's only at night, because if you're going to be a stalker during the day, you kind of got to blend in. So you need an outfit that's going to work with whatever locale you're in.
yeah.
If you're in a casino in Vegas and you're going to stalk, that's a different kind.
And I'd use that as a segue, but I
So-
need to address question number 9, though.
Uh-oh.
And I'm a huge supporter of number 9.
I'll be back later.
Number 9. Number
Bye,
9.
Peter. Number 9.
Number 9. That we should take a stance and make a determination that the proper way of spelling gray is Grey.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. I disagree with you because blank AY, according to what I taught in open court, blank AY is A. Blank EY doesn't appear on the wall cards. So, no, you're out of luck there, buddy. I can't support
Yeah, I don't know if
you on
that's
that.
going to pass.
If that's going to be your platform, I'm
It's not my platform, that's my stance.
All right, that's your stance. And is it an open stance?
Well, it's question 9.
Stance?
Number 9. Number 9.
nine.
See how easily we lose control here.
Number 9. We have never been in control.
And yet, just if we're getting in our stride, then next week it's making the list and then I'm gone. You have to cover for me again.
Oh, I have to cover?
Yeah.
With wool? With cotton? What fabric do you cover with? People are allergic.
Silk.
Silk would be nice.
Yeah.
Polyester.
What's the import fees? We don't have it here, do we?
Hopefully not.
I don't think we have any silkworms. A lot of worms for you, Ken. See what I did there? Oh, you don't know how Ken does this. I'm sorry. If you follow Ken on social media and you see this outrageous thing coming out, don't answer.
Okay.
Don't answer him.
Oh, you're talking about the wormhole. Going, yeah, okay. Oh, the worm on the hook. Okay. Yeah.
And I'll see his comment, and then people go, and I'm thinking, oh dear Lord.
Yeah, I'm a master at baiting people.
Oh my God! And they take it, and I love to go with it sometimes. And
That was
say,
very
"You
difficult for
shouldn't-
me to say.
If you shouldn't say that, Ken, that's not polite. And then they just all go.
Yeah, I
love it.
used to do a little more controversial stuff on Facebook, but as I'm trying to get my plays out there, Sanctuary Much is going to be appearing with the Exit 7 in March. You really
You've
got
done
to.
things at Exit 7, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Is it still Exit 7?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's still
it
the
is.
Because
Exit 7.
isn't it like
It is.
49 or 50 or
Which is-
something like that?
I
now?
don't understand why they
They're
did
going to
that,
stay
but,
Exit 7 because everybody knows it.
Yep. So I've tried to be non-controversial in public now because I don't. People boycott you for the stupidest reasons.
They do.
So
They do.
just
I rarely put anything political up now just because, not because of the back and forth I get, But because the notification, ding, ding, I don't have time for this.
I can't, being a commissioner, I really don't feel comfortable making political statements. So
I just, and with me, I'm actually libertarian. I'm in the middle. A lot of people assume I'm conservative, but I'm in the middle, and it's difficult being in the middle because you get a real good meme. You're like, oh my God, this is really good, but do I put it up? Do I not put it up? And then you get the back and forth, and
you're also a pot stirrer, so
yeah.
that's in conflict with a conflict with yourself.
No, Peter's back.
Peter's back.
And good timing too.
Yeah. All right. So
I was going on something on a segue, and then we changed direction again. Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby.
All right. So, I know what I was going to use as the segue. Yeah, here we are. We're getting all of our stuff together now.
Here we go.
The next week, it's making a list, and the next week, you're in covering for me. Why are you covering for me?
Why am I? Because you're going to have the best time ever, if you're able to get close enough.
Oh, I've got a plan.
All right, good. You have a plan. I love it when a plan comes together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Hannibal.
What show?
A-Team. Mm-hmm. John Hannibal Smith.
Yeah.
There you go.
Played by George Papard.
With the cigar.
I knew his cousin up in Northampton. He had a.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know his cousin. So you were going to have the best time ever, a once in a lifetime. Really, it is a once in a lifetime.
Well, it's something that's only going to ever happen once.
That would be true.
There.
That would be true. So it is
the implosion of the Tropicana at the corner of Tropicana Ave and South Las Vegas Boulevard.
Those things are amazing.
It's just
amazing.
It's just sad to me where
yeah.
I'm an old soul. I love the old hotels. I love and I get Vegas is like the only city that does not care about its history. That
they'll
bulldoze it all day.
Anything they'll take down.
Caesar's Palace will one day come down. It will.
Vegas almost.
That's not true.
Yes, it will.
Downtown is always the same.
Yes, downtown.
That's downtown.
That's Vegas history.
But
everything else is crap.
Well, you know what? It's just because El Cortez didn't get a big enough offer. But I mean, there have been casinos downtown that have been knocked over.
They're dumping $40 million into doing a renovation now at El Cortez.
Good.
They're expanding the casino and redoing the rooms.
Good.
But everything, just the idea of Vegas is to remain current. It's not to be historic.
I know, and the Tropicana just fell by the wayside. But there's
so much. And every year, rumors come out for Flamingo.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta get rid of the Flamingo.
Flamingos
and every year there's a save. That right now I believe is the oldest resort on Las Vegas Boulevard.
I believe it would.
Does it still pull in a lot of people?
Oh yeah, crowded, and it still has the old school vibe on the inside. And there's things here and there reminding you that Bugsy Siegel was behind it.
Yep. Well, Tropicana, I mean, for years. I mean, we've been here for 20 years that they're going to blow it up.
So what was going to happen?
Because the property, I mean, that is one of the busiest intersections in the country.
Yeah.
Oh, in the whole country. And so this is prime real estate.
Yeah.
And I think it's a giant mistake to put the ballpark there.
I mean, that is... If you're not going,
I got you guys covered. Look at the little monitor.
Yeah, if you're not going toward northerly on the Strip, Tropicana Ave, that's a beeline right to the airport and right to I-15.
Yeah. So a ballpark to me is more of a destination place. Wherever you put the ballpark, people are going to go to it.
So
people aren't going to be walking by and say, "Oh, hey, look,
let's go to the
baseball game." Let's go
so that's what's going there in its place.
Goodbye, dunes.
Baseball field is going in its place. Oakland A's are moving to Nevada.
I don't know. 9 acres doesn't seem that big of a.
It's a large
blueprint.
It's a large property.
Oh, the dunes, they blew up the sign?
They're going to put a hotel, but the ballpark is only going to take up 9 acres, and that seems tight to me. 9 acres just for a ballpark. It seems tight.
Mm-hmm.
And the casinos around it, they're going to love this because
MGM surrounds that entire area.
Yeah.
They're going to have the monopoly on that.
Yeah, and depending what Bally's is going to do for the rest of the property around it, Bally's is going to put their own hotel.
Yeah. So the story with this, with Bally's getting involved here now. Now Bally's for the past 20 years has really been a name. It is a company, but it was a name. And a few years ago, there was a Bally's in Las Vegas. at that point in time, operated by Caesars Entertainment Group, CEG. They rebranded that to Horseshoe and sold the rights off to that name and the intent was that the Tropicana was going to go through a renovation and be rebranded
as Bally's.
So which was what I was hoping for.
Well, we're still going to get a Bally's hotel on the property.
You know what? There's they're doing work right between Aria and Bellagio there. There's a little area, kind of like a boutique-y type thing, like where O'Shea's was, which is now the Cromwell.
Yep.
All right. Something's going to be happening there. They've started up the building permits for that space.
It's just, to me, as I said, I like the older place, like in
Casino Royale, an older place.
Yep.
They just pulled. They got approval, and it expires December 25. So I have to work on it quick. They have approval from the FAA to build a tower there.
Because Stratosphere was supposed to be even taller.
Yeah. So now is that supposed to be another Best Western?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's literally what that is. That's the Best Western.
What drives me crazy, and I say this all the time, no matter how many times I cheat on her with Vegas, Atlantic City will always be my lady.
Mm-hmm.
Atlantic City, right smack dab in the middle, they had the Sands, the Atlantic City version.
Mm-hmm.
And that had the old school vibe.
Yeah.
And so somebody bought it. And I loved the Sands because if you had a Players Club card, you could park for free.
Yeah.
Which drives me crazy that anyone charges you to park. I'm like, Big Y doesn't charge you to park. I'm going in to spend money. Let me park here for free. So Sands, you could park for free. And since it was right in the middle, you could walk anywhere really where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So somebody bought the Sands. And they knocked it down. And they were going to build a casino called Pinnacle. And they said, this is going to be great.
Is that the one that went bust?
Hang on. Let me finish this.
I think I read about that one.
So they bought the casino for, how many million. It cost a lot of money to demo this.
Mm-hmm.
So after they blow up the hotel, their money runs dry.
Oh, cheap.
So now, congratulations, you own a $200 million hole in the ground, which to this day is still, they just put some grass on it. It's this lot. Look, the Sands Casino would have made you some money. You make damn sure that your financing is all lined up before you knock that casino down.
But didn't that happen? That's when we had the economy went south in 2009.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you better make sure you've got that money before you knock the other one down.
I think they had the money, but then the economy tanked.
That happened with Resorts Worlds. That land sat
that took
empty
forever.
for 15 years.
Yeah, yep.
Because New Frontier and Stardust were the two that were imploded. This is right before you get up towards Circus.
We're watching all the
on northern
implosions
end
here.
of
This is the Desert Inn.
So you mentioned the Sands. The Sands was destroyed on Las Vegas Boulevard to make room for what?
Venetian.
Which
is why they called their... I don't like the fact... I thought it was cool that they named their convention center the
Sands Expo.
But now they've did away with that because I guess people don't know, they want...
Yeah, it's still Sands Ave, though, that it's on.
But see, I miss the old... like, people say, hey, if you could go back in time and see anybody... I said, oh, the Beatles. But then no, because you'd be surrounded by 15-year-old girls screaming. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I think the answer is the Rat Pack. I would have loved to go back in time and seen the Rat Pack perform.
Yeah.
And I miss that old school Vegas feel. And I know I'm an old soul. And that's disappearing.
I like downtown, because of that for a reason. Four Queens.
Yep.
Golden Nugget.
Yep.
Not Frontier.
Plaza.
What's the one across the way?
There's one called Castaways that they just blew up. I'm watching all these implosions.
Watching all these implosions, yeah. So,
what is your plan?
I go keeping in line with this.
They blew up Castaways, but they never built anything on them.
Yeah,
that's what it says. Yeah.
So,
Bourbon Street.
When they Riviera is the one that's gone, but they didn't blow that one up. That one just came down because it was because of the neighborhood there, and it was an easy building to just take down. That's where. They're not doing very good right now. Fountain Blue.
It's beautiful.
There. Beautiful, but they're not doing very well. At least they're in better shape than Resorts Worlds right now, who's in trouble for funneling money improperly. Oh, you gotta go look into
Fire
that.
Blue is a troubled brand though, because they have problems with their place in Miami too.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of trouble, I mean, if we're talking about the Tropicana, I mean, Tropicana had loads of Kansas City mob skinning going on there. I mean,
it goes back there.
Yeah, it goes way back there. It's a shame the loss of the Tropicana. Did you ever get to? Now, how long have you been going to Vegas?
Mid to late 90s.
Okay.
So,
did you ever see the Follies Bergère show at Tropicana?
I didn't. No, I don't do the shows.
Oh
no,
it was great because my I don't think she was my wife yet when she took me there, and the 8 o'clock show. They said, "Oh yeah, we like to see the Follies Bergère," and they said, well, 8 o'clock show, they keep their tops on. The 10 o'clock show is topless. Which one do you want? 10.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have consulted with you, Karen.
Yeah, burlesque.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the old feel, and it was such a great show. It ran forever, and it was a classy topless show.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. It was old school, and the Tropicana. I'm sad. I don't know if you invited me to go. Honestly, I don't know if I'd go because I'd be sad to see the Tropicana come down.
I met Wayne Newton and had a drink with him there.
Wow. So there's a memory.
Wayne Newton?
Yeah, Mr. Vegas.
Mr. Vegas.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a picture of it to prove it.
I've seen the picture. You do.
Yeah. And one thing I remember about the Trop is the walkway to the rear tower. We used to call it the Orange Mile because it just took forever to walk down that connecting hallway, but it had this horrible orange carpet.
No, that was
It's
cool.
called the Tropicana. It's supposed to be orange.
That was cool then.
Yeah.
I don't think it's connected to the actual juice, Peter, but
yeah, the Orange Mile.
Orange carpeting was in.
Yeah.
So you got to go with that. So listen, how many people are coming in for this?
Oh, I'll be talking about that because I'm getting to that once I
Okay.
finish what I started up with before you
Good luck.
did one of these.
Yep, squirrel.
Yeah. So we had asked how long I've been going there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I missed the Stardust implosion by 2 weeks. It was, 2007, 2008, right? Missed it by about 2 weeks. So I was upset. Well, not that far apart from that, the New Frontier went down. All right, they're both next to each other in that whole area.
Stayed
Next
at
to
the New Frontier.
Circus. I was in town for that, but I wasn't paying too much attention to things like that at that point in time. I was too far away, and it ended up being a nothing burger. So I was two of them have already kind of done me wrong. So October 9th, it is slated at 2:30 a.m. to implode the Tropicana. And come hell or high water, I'm going to get the shot.
I vote for high water.
I'm already...
Did you book a room at the MGM?
Okay, let's talk about the rooms and the situation going on with the rooms.
This is why he's not going to get the shot.
Well, there's going to be thousands and thousands of people here. Now, the hotels across the street, the Excalibur and the Luxor, they're sold out. And those hotels are very rarely ever sold out. Mandalay Bay has premium pricing. I actually think the ball field should be going across the street from Mandalay Bay in that empty lot.
Yeah.
Where the fictional...
those poles are still right where they were building the first Ferris wheel that they were going to build.
Yeah, but the Montecito, where the
Montecito,
that's where the ball field should be going, right there, right next to the airport.
Give us a 2-hour movie to wrap up your story, damn it! It runs 5 seasons. The last.
Oh man, that
it ends on 2 cliffhangers.
Yeah,
like I get it. You're canceling the show, but say, listen, you've been on the air for 5 years.
Finish it.
We'll give you a 2-hour movie to wrap things up.
Give me a bone.
Yeah, like you can't get a whole season, but we'll let you wrap up your story.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, did Ed ever make it back?
I
know. Now Oyo, which used to be Hooters.
Yep.
They're ground zero. This is right in their backyard. It's a 2-star hotel. It's horrible. They've got $1, I think, blackjack. I mean, it's one of them places. It's bad. $500 a night. They're done. across the street, across Tropicana Ave, MGM Grand. All right, all the rooms face in that direction. Over $1,000 a night, and the MGM Grand is $150 a night hotel max. All right,
You know, I mean, if you stayed at my casino there, Ellis Island, okay?
Oh, I'm close.
Okay, I was gonna say that street there. I mean, it's not close, but you'll see it. You'll see it come down from that street.
Not to get a really good shot, but I've got a plan. And
What date is that coming down?
This thing is cutting out again.
What date is that coming out?
It's the connection.
Wow, there we go. I gotta replace that cord. You
Maybe
saw
we
me
need to
doing one of
replace
these.
the headphone thing.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
probably
that
dying
too.
in. What date is this thing coming down?
October 9th is the tentative schedule for it at 2:30 a.m. Obviously, it's going to have, wind is going to be involved and whatnot. And I actually think I'm going to get an N95 mask just in case there's still some asbestos in there. Just in case the wind is coming my direction. But
I
now,
can imagine the cleanup afterwards for those. I mean,
You said it's October 8th?
9th.
2:30 a.m.
So if I book from the 7th through the 11th in Oyo, your average hotel night is $121 a night.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing. I'd stay in a Fleabag hotel for a couple days to get those shot.
Yeah, they're not 129 this week.
I'm looking from Monday, October 7th through Friday, October 11th. $121 a night.
Not according to all the reports I'm getting from Vegas.
Well, according to the Google machine.
Oh, don't do Google. Go right to
This is
go
on their website. I'm looking on their website.
Wow. That's
so apparently you're
shocking.
looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, maybe book that right now.
I will right now if that's the case.
10/7 through 10/11. When are you flying out?
The 8th.
Okay, so move it to the 8th. Through when? When are you flying back?
11th.
One room, 2 guests, check availability. Let's see. Yeah, $137 a night.
There you go. Oh, we'll see if I should go through with it there. But so everyone tune in to watch Kenny book his hotel here. This is
standard.
It's a cliffhanger.
Standard 2 queen bed, which is your.
What's going to happen?
Strip view.
Now, have you been to Vegas? Why don't we?
As long as you're in the hotel, you don't even need a view of the side. You can
Never
just
have
go to a
no
restaurant
desire?
in the hotel or something.
Okay, so the problem with Oyo, if I do go there,
It's going to be a problem, Peter. You know that.
I'm just putting them in the neighborhood.
the promotion that Oyo has been doing is $500. Therefore, the implosion-facing rooms.
Oh, there you go.
I have a feeling these are not implosion-facing rooms. Because,
Strip view?
Yeah, strip view isn't going to be the implosion facing that building.
But if you're staying at the
so
hotel,
here's-
you're allowed to
if
be
you're in the
hang out in the
hotel-
parking lot.
Now, here's the issue there. The parking
Or go to
garage.
the roof?
Yeah.
The parking garage is on the other side of Oyo,
Yes,
opposite of where.
But if you're staying in the hotel, are you allowed to hang out on the sidewalk in front of your hotel?
Could you see it?
And then you can look to the left?
But you need
There's-
to get close. You need to get pictures. Can you get close
I'm
enough?
putting it in the neighborhood.
Right, the sidewalk there is going to be part of the blast zone. You're not going to be able to be there. They're closing that street. They're closing that street. They're closing all the pedestrian bridges.
Oh.
And the parking garage at Oyo is the actual hotel itself blocks the shot because the garage is on the
Now,
other
so
side.
you've never had any desire to see any show there? You've never seen a Cirque du Soleil show?
He's seen some
All right.
shows. You've seen some
Now,
shows.
all right, let me tell you something, okay?
Haven't you?
My wife,
You're really close to the airport, aren't you?
my wife dragged me to a Cirque du Soleil show. I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like this, because you can't describe it. And then she's like, yeah, we have to hurry up. They're $80. And I'm like, what? And I was completely blown away. And the fact I wanted to see more and more. And it's just, you can't describe how amazing Cirque du Soleil show. I recommend, man, Kenny, one time you have to go out there and you have to see one of these shows.
Okay, I just.
He's not going to, is he?
No, I'm not.
No, because he's on his cliffhanger. What do you got there, Ken?
So what hotel's coming down again?
All right,
Tropicana.
Tropicana. All right,
October 9th.
all right. I just refreshed Oyo here for moving to not staying as long because I'm okay. Well, I'll just book a room for that one day
Okay. Yep.
just to have it, so I make life easier.
Okay.
$784 for the jet tub suite, but $205 for a standard room. And I know that that's not facing the blast zone. So
Why can't you go up on? I'm looking at on the roof of that building.
you can't go up on any of the roofs of these places. There's no access.
There's a parking lot.
There's a parking lot that's blocked. If you've actually been there and you're familiar with the area, you're not going to get a shot from that parking lot, from the garage.
Where's the parking lot that you're saying, Peter?
It's right next to it. I'm looking at it from the air.
Yeah.
It's right next to
What
the
about one of the
Tropicana.
lower levels?
It's right next to the Tropicana. The deck is up there. I can see the parking
Well, anyways,
spots.
I have a better plan on top of all
All
that.
right. What's your
anyways.
plan?
He's renting an Airwolf.
He's going to hover. He's taking.
I have a feeling that parking lot is it's right up against the zone. I don't think they're going to let people stay there.
Did you call the hotel and ask them?
Nobody knows nothing. I think security and all the decisions are waiting for to announce everything last minute for security, so that people aren't going to try to find workarounds.
You know what? You know what? You know what I'd do if I were you? I would get religion.
Huh?
I would get religion.
Get rid of the gym?
No, get religion.
What
Your headphones aren't working, are they?
Roman Catholic Shrine of the Most Holy Redeemer
Oh, I
is
saw
on the
that.
back corner.
I saw that.
Ah, gotcha.
I saw that. But
Okay.
you also have to keep in mind getting around, getting to it.
Plus, they make him confess his sins, and they don't have time for that.
Yeah,
He wants
the church might burn down, but I was just there. I walked around.
There's a gas station back there.
There's going to be thousands of people, Peter.
Yeah, so you want to go? You canceled other plans to go.
And I've got a
I'm
concrete
gonna give
plan.
you crap. So much
All right, so
crap.
are you
about
going to
this.
tell us the plan?
I have a concrete plan that's so much better than all those other freaking
All right,
places.
So what is
All
the
right.
plan?
Because I was there on foot last week looking at all this.
Yeah, you don't even know if you can get there.
I know I can get there.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Yeah. So
Airport.
no. I was looking at the parking garage at New York, New York. That has the. Hey, you want to let Harry in?
Yeah.
All right. The parking garage at New York, New York has the money shot because it's right next to Excalibur.
How early are you going to have to
Looking
get
out.
there? To...
I figured, well, everyone else is going to know that's the money shot, so I'm not doing that.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, okay.
8
can't
8
have the
p.m. Tuesday night, I'll be at the garage of the MGM Grand.
Okay.
It's back behind MGM, but from the top level and the 2 levels below it, you see both towers of Tropicana.
Okay.
And what's good about this,
What's good about it, Ken?
all right, the place I'll be staying at, it's like a 2.5 block walk to a resort at the Strip that has a monorail.
Where are you staying?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
All right. So I could either use the stop at Flamingo or the stop at Horseshoe. I'll probably use the Horseshoe stop. I'll take the monorail down to MGM Grand. Now, when you get off the monorail at MGM Grand, you walk down a little hallway, and then there's a Y. You go to the right, and you go through what's called MGM Underground, and then you get up to the lobby and the front desk. You go left, that goes to the parking garage in the Uber pickup area. So I can go right from the monorail right into the garage. It's an underground area, and I'm going to get up there. I'm just not going to have to remember not to eat or drink anything.
I was going to say, you're going to have to pee.
Yeah. Now, I'm working with a couple of...
I can't go. I don't think I can go 6 hours without peeing.
Oh, I do it all the time when I'm in the car with Pete. 8-9 hours. I don't bother. But I'm reaching out to a couple of locals in Vegas, and if they want to dare, the crowd, they get down early enough. They're local.
Hold the
They'll
place,
be able to
I'm going to
park.
go pee. Yeah.
Exactly, and these are influencers on YouTube, and I've actually met a couple of them, and I'm like, okay, you know what? You guys are going to be doing your YouTube and your vlogging and your talking. I'm there to get the shot.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to work with me? I'm going to have 3 pro cameras aimed at this thing. I'll give you the footage if you want to be where I am. And if we have to do a potty break, we just watch each other's stuff.
Beautiful.
So that is what I'm working on. And if I get there early enough, I know I'm going to be able to get the top level of the MGM parking garage there. Now, here's the thing. Oh, you show up at 8 o'clock and there's already 500 people there. What are you going to do? I modified a rig. I have a portable tripod that breaks down like 14 inches and you sling it over your shoulder. The tripod comes up right to about here, so 5.5 feet, right? I have a 2-foot extension, so I get up almost, and by the time I put the camera stuff on the top, 8 feet up. So I can be behind a row of 5, 6, 7 people.
Nice.
And my cameras are going to be trained way over them. So I'm going to get the shot no matter what.
Okay.
All right.
You just might not see it live.
Oh, no, I'll see it live because...
Can I laugh at you if you don't?
Because the camera?
Right. No, but I'm like with your own eyeballs. You may not see it all.
I probably won't because of another reason, another problem, another issue. All right, but those two one camera I'm just going to keep running, and the other one I can control by my phone. I can
Why
even
don't you just get a drone?
Control the.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Right next to the airport, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't. Have drones.
There is, however, going to be a drone show. So now, on top of the 2 camera devices, I'm going to have at top of this 8-foot tall rig. I'm going to have a shotgun microphone.
Oh.
Trained right at the site.
That'll be
So
awesome.
I'm going to get the sound.
Nice.
Yep.
And for craps and giggles,
Yep.
I think I'm going to grab one of my JVC cameras, my smaller one, and shoot it by hand.
So that's something that's definitely too be better at live because no matter how good you record it, I mean, it's not going. The sound of hearing that with your own ears live is going to be definitely.
With the shotgun microphone, it's not going to be horrible. This is a better microphone than even the ones I've done with the rocket launches. And I get really good sound at the rocket launches.
Yes, you do.
So the sound's coming. That's a $400 shotgun. I mean, I went a little overboard with this mic, but it's good.
Excellent.
It's one of the highest rated shotguns you can get.
Excellent.
And so I'll be recording the audio that way. 2 shots of video from 8 feet. If I want to just enjoy the implosion, I just hold my tripod nice and still, just so it doesn't shake. If I'm right up front, I'll grab that JVC and do another shot because I'm so used to watching one-time events with a camera.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, I can say I was there.
Yep.
So that's the plan, and I think that is the most concrete plan without knowing any security detail information. I don't know exactly what part of the street is going to be shut down. I do know that the pedestrian bridges are, and the sidewalk in front is.
But
shut
you're right,
down.
the monorail will be working. So
The monorail will be working for me to get down there.
Yep.
The monorail stops at 2 a.m. I'm going to either have to hoof it back or walk to 1 or 2 resorts over and get an Uber there. Because
Uber out.
you would have to, in order to get into this garage, you really have to
There
come
won't
down.
be an Uber available in that city for 3 hours. I can guarantee you.
well, you walk to the casino, you take a break, you play some crap.
No, there's so many things going on with
There's
Vegas.
going to be
You-
30 or 40,000 people trying to get back to their hotel at the same time.
Don't speak what you don't know about, Peter.
I know logistics.
Yeah, but I know Vegas and I know Ubers and I know how they get around.
Okay.
The issue is I'd want to walk to one resort over to get to their Uber pickup area because to get to the area easily at MGM, you have to come down Flamingo.
Yeah.
And I think
when I was
that's
in
gonna
there,
be closed.
I'm a taxi guy, and I walked from my hotel to Bally's.
Yeah. Well,
to get the taxi to the airport.
Taxi stands are usually near where the Uber pickups are.
They're all there.
So I might just hoof it back. It's not that far because I will be staying at
Okay.
right behind where you like to stay.
Oh, yeah.
Tuscany.
Tuscany. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all suites. They have couches and kitchenettes.
Years ago, they got so close to merging.
And
They had an agreement to merge.
I like being on the Strip, and I stay at a Caesars property because it's economical for me. This last trip out, I paid $20 a night, no resort. Now, the same room at that Caesars resort for that week, it's kissing $200. They're $150 to $200, and that's in the middle of the Strip, not down at the south end. So behind the Horseshoe, near where you go at Ellis Island on Colville, behind that on Flamingo is Tuscany Suites. Now, Tuscany Suites is a gem. It's a hidden treasure.
It's a really pretty casino.
And
they have a Rat Pack show too.
Yeah, and they're inexpensive. They're not right on Strip though, so you're not paying that premium price.
Yep.
They have multiple pools, and the pools are open at night. They don't close at 5 o'clock.
Well, I originally chose Ellis Island the last time I went out there, and this is where I'm going to stay because you're right. It's one block over. It's so much cheaper. I can walk.
Close enough.
I can walk. They had $10 steaks. They had $5 blackjack. They have karaoke every night.
They're renovating and expanding right now too.
Nice.
And they're getting money in a lawsuit for F1. Which is going to help them out. But with Tuscany being right behind there, it's not that tough a walk to the Strip.
If you like beer, they have a brewery there too.
And right around the corner there's a liquor store called Stage Door. You can get a fifth of vodka for $10, right off the Strip in Vegas. So Tuscany. Generally, you go to book one of their rooms. It's $100 to $140 a night. They are suites. But I kind of pushed my way into a deal, and I'm very fortunate I did. I'm staying, so the night of the event, I'm staying 3 nights.
That's not that long of a walk from MGM to Tuscany.
No. So I might depends how tired I am.
Well, it also depends. The shortcut, I don't know. I walked at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Come that way. There was some sketchy people, but I mean, it's a little bit longer if you actually walk up the Strip and then take a right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're brave enough, going the other way isn't so long.
The worriest area there is going to be Harmon.
Yeah.
And if you can,
but if you do get,
and if you just cross Harmon instead of walk down Harmon,
if you get mugged, there's that 24-hour ambulance place right there too. So I mean. You could
I won't get mugged. I'll get strangled because all my gear will be in a backpack.
Yeah. But you could crawl yourself to the little 24-hour hospital there.
3 nights. I got lucky with this deal. I know an organization, and they're having a convention out there, and I timed it perfectly. $90 a night.
Oh.
No resort fee.
Nice. Very nice.
I looked at their rooms online last night or the night before, $279.
Good time.
I know when Mr. Coles is looking at these, they're not rooms that are facing the right direction. I know I can't see things because I thought of this.
Yeah.
Because I walked around and looked. I'm not going to be able to get that shot. You can't tell everything from Google Earth, especially in Vegas, because they got what look like really short trees or really big trees, and what looks like really big trees, really short trees. And then some places have 15
tree consistency.
They have
15.
15-foot fences around things, and now 15 feet. If you're there with the camera, that's half the building.
Yeah,
I was there in person. I know. Okay, I'm only going to get half the building, but if I'm up high, I'm going to get everything going down to the ground. And that's the goal. I mean, I was just there last week, and in 2 weeks I'm going back. I dread that flight.
Yeah. I've always wanted to live in Vegas, but every summer I'm reminded why I live in Vegas. I do not like heat.
See, I'm pissed off.
Can't wait to move
about
to
the heat.
Vegas.
Well, I'm torn between Florida and Nevada right now. 15 years ago it was Nevada, but things have gotten so nuts and crazy over there. Florida's actually looking like a better decision.
I got to look at
You're
Reno
spending about
because
the
you
same
get
amount of time
you get 4 seasons in Reno,
Yeah.
and I saw a list all these things cons about living in Reno, and none of them bother me. They go, we do get snow, but it's usually gone by noon. Okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah, I've been in
the
Vegas
school
when it
The
snowed.
school system isn't that great. I don't care. My kid's grown. Public transportation is lacking. I have a car.
Yeah.
I mean, all these cons, I'm like, no problem, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you think you'd go to either place, Florida or?
I'm torn between the two, but just there's no income tax in Nevada, but I'm not going to be working by the time I move there, so that's not the thing. But the real estate and then the prices of everything. Everyone's coming over from California and ruining it.
Yep, that's what they do.
All right, so that's why Florida's looking like a better option because I was looking at Henderson or Summerlin, but I should have bought a condo 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was looking at Lake Las Vegas, and when I realized, I'm like, it's too hot.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And they say it takes a while. It takes me about 5 years to adjust. They say, I guess, but I just.
What's the temperature in the summer?
Takes 2 days to.
Oh, it's like 180.
110, 115. Which is what pisses me off now. I missed out
Celsius, by the way. 110 Celsius.
I missed out on that last week, Buster. So the previous time I went was in May because I have a swimming pool. I don't need to leave my house during the summer. So May, cold front came through. All right. Since then, record-setting heat. I'm out there last week. Low pressure cold front from California comes in. I landed. It was 96. The rest of the week, it didn't get above 85.
That's still too hot for me.
I didn't.
Oh, come.
I didn't feel like I was. Take a look at me. It doesn't look like I roasted by the pool.
I like my temperatures like my music in the 70s and low 80s. 70s and low 80s, please.
Yeah, so you would have loved the weather that I had. Most people would. I would have liked another 5 or 10 degrees warmer, just so I could bake.
We were in New Zealand a couple weeks ago, and the temperature, it's winter there, but it's moving into spring, and the temperature was, maybe 50s and 60s. It doesn't really get cold. The week we came home, it was in the 70s. You can't win them all.
I can deal with 50s, 60s. I like hiking, and I don't like to sweat as I'm doing it. I like to just enjoy myself.
All right. Yeah, don't go to Florida then.
No.
All right, so
I know.
you're familiar with the area. I think I have a concrete plan.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It sounds good. It sounds
good.
and I really hope it works because I want to see the videos.
Yeah, well, because I have an
Excited
8-foot
about
tall rig, I'm going to get the shot.
Yeah.
No matter where I am.
Unless for some reason security blocks that whole thing off, which they shouldn't.
The garage is far enough away. I'm not going to have an issue.
Unless MGM sets up a thing and they're selling tickets for $400.
Well, that or security comes around and asks me for my room key, and I already have the answer to that. My wife has it. She ran inside. She'll be out here soon.
I met your wife. She's lovely. She's a very fictitious, beautiful person.
She wasn't very polite, though, when I met her.
No,
I heard she can be a real bitch.
Pretty girls are like that.
She's a pretty girl.
She's
right.
pretty.
Yeah. Surprising.
All right. So yeah, we're all gonna find out October 9th.
Good luck,
whether it
bud.
worked, but
It's posted.
yeah, I don't think I can come up with a more solid plan without knowing additional security details. And
I was
I'm
all
pretty
for you
sure.
going.
I'm pretty sure I'll be all set.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you decided to do this. You were on
I
the
am
fence.
too.
I'm glad you
I
decided.
was on the.
I am too.
Yeah,
Not too many.
all of my travels up through March, April, May have been budgeted for and planned. This was out of the blue. I really shouldn't be doing it, but I think I'd regret not doing it.
Yeah.
No matter how many people are going to be there and how much crazy it's going to be. I've been to Vegas in Halloween. I mean, you can't get much crazier than that. And there's going to be fireworks and a drone show too. A drone show right next to the airport.
The fireworks would be awesome, I'll bet.
And right next to the airport.
Well, my guess is that nothing is taking off when there's an implosion going on.
Or they're using the other runway.
Yeah.
Because Vegas has the two runways, and you come in on one and you leave on the other. So they'll just route everyone through that runway. But no details even on fireworks or drones. I've heard 9 o'clock. I've heard midnight. There's no information at all for any of this. So you have to go with your best guess, your best hunch, and hope it works. I mean, Pete and I, the past 8 years, we drive around. We're always able to find a spot. We're always able to pull off the shot. You know, I've gotten pretty good at it because of doing that with Pete, and I think I got it here.
Well, we wish you luck. If you thought we were going to talk you out of it, buddy, it didn't work out that way.
That was the initial attempt.
No, it didn't happen that way. We all said go for it because you know what? You had your answer. You said if I don't, I'll regret it.
Yeah, I should have left that part out.
And it's only money.
All right, Michael Buster McMahon, thanks for coming in here and talking Vegas for the last hour or so. It kind of gets me more in the mood.
We'll be back and we'll be doing some blackjack sometime.
Yeah, we're going to do a blackjack special. I'm going to figure out how to get another camera and aim it down. Kathy, you're obviously welcome for that one. Next week, making the list, Zap won the last round.
Yeah, we got to start handicapping him. That's it. I'm done with him winning.
And then the following week, you're covering for me.
Is Peter going to be here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the only one going to Vegas.
Talk to Harry.
Yeah, he's right out there. See if you have a co-host.
It's got to get Harry.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to get state rep candidates in during October before the election.
I used to date one. I can bring one in pretty easily.
So I've heard back from one. I haven't heard back from the other, but I have several dates still open in October for the one I haven't heard back from yet.
She's going to appear on my show, though, so I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Tell me how good that's
Wrong
going to work
race
out for you. All right, that is all the time I have. I'll catch you next week.